Alright guys, hello to everyone. Um, Today I'm gonna do a market update on the big picture of everything that I see. And yeah, this is gonna be to answer most of your guys' questions because this market could be confusing. But I don't think it is, and I'll give you a good explanation as to what I'm seeing as the next moves. I think the market is actually getting clearer as we move forward and as to what it wants to do. Okay, so first of all, let's just do the dollar. So the dollar index, we're looking for again on the weekly, we're in this big sideways, I think, and obviously this is just gonna do this and go back up. Um, Now, if you look at the structure on the 4 hour though, we got a big spike down and we need one to match before we go up, right? So this thing was just going up, but I think it's ready to come down. Okay, so you want to look for shorts as soon as the dollar gets a pump all the way to this level. You want to short it back down. Okay, basically it breaks the high, you want to short. Okay, but I'm not doing like the dollar or all the other pairs. um, However, USD yen, so USD yen is very important. We get the first wave, we get the second one, we're likely to get a third. This is why we were looking for some volatility in the market, because the yen was about to get strong. But again, as soon as we break the low, what happens? Very high likelihood of a bounce. Okay, and this is why we're long the market right now. Okay, and if you want to go even deeper into the structure, and this will play out later on as I'm going to show you. Um, okay, I really hope this is recording, by the way, because I don't want to record it again. But yeah, um, so like what I wanted to say is that if you look at the structure on the daily, this is just in a huge from 2016. This is in a huge sideways. This is gonna be in a huge sideways for a long time. Okay, so right now we're here. We're likely to come back up. We're likely to come back down again, because I'm not even sure if this is the pattern that we're supposed to look at. And after that, we're for sure gonna go up as soon as we break this low. Possibility of a repeat of this. Okay, and this will play out uh, before the next up move. Okay, because we're gonna get something similar to this around here. All right, but for now this is what I'm seeing, and this is exactly what the pattern on the S&P could play out as. All right, uh, all right, so this is what I'm looking at now. And also, if you want to, because why am I looking at the Japanese futures is because the Japanese futures is the most inversely, well, not inversely, but negatively correlated thing to the market. It's not the dollar, it's not gold, it's really the Japanese yen. When the Japanese yen goes up, the market tends to go down. So what does that mean, guys? That means that I can literally just see, oh, do I think the Japanese yen is going to go up or down? If I do see a pattern there that I don't see on the S&P, then it can give me some more clues as to what the S&P is doing. Therefore, by comp analysis, I can give a better forecast. And like I said, even the Japanese futures, as soon as it breaks this top, look for a short, which means that if we're looking for downside on the Japanese yen, what will happen on the market? It's gonna go back up. All right, so this is why we're long. Now, obviously, okay, as soon as you break the low, two things can happen. Either we correct here and we go back up for one more, or we totally tank. So far, this is not enough time for us to decide what it's going to do, okay? We need some more. Maybe next week we're going to have a better idea, okay? But for now, no. Let's go check the euro yen. So obviously the euro yen spiked up huge today. This is one of the biggest days for the yen. So yeah, we're looking for more upside on all the yen pairs, okay? So if we're looking for more upside on all the yen pairs, this means that the yen itself is going to be weak. All right. Hence, the fact that we're looking for a long, well, like we're looking for BTFD mode to play again. All right. Now all the yen pairs can just grind up a little bit, come back down here. Okay, this is why I think there's a shortcoming on the smaller time frames. And if you look at the USD yen, also, like I posted before, okay, this is likely to grind back up here, and then we can get another short. As soon as it breaks here, be careful because we might get another short for this to play out and then take off. All right. I really think they're gonna attempt to break out here, and then it's gonna get shut down. All right. So look out for that one. If you're trading also the currencies, look out for the Aussie New Zealand cross. Okay, because the Aussie New Zealand has a monthly move up. Okay, so if you're trading currencies, check out that one. I posted that in my my forex analysis at the start of the year. So if you're in that one, you're doing very well. It's gonna take off. So look for that one. Okay, update on BTC. So BTC, we got the up move we wanted. All right. So when I said long, at 3K, when I said long at 3K, this thing took off. This thing just chilled a little bit, but it doesn't matter because we still got the break of the low. I'm not telling you guys to buy here, okay? I'm not telling you guys to buy here. As soon as it comes here and it breaks the low, you buy, okay? So if you're here, if you're in from the break of the low, you're doing fantastic because this was about to take off and this was a good trade, okay? Now we're almost at the top. I'm not sure if this is really the top, but we got what we wanted. We got this spike here, okay? So as soon as we get this spike, two things can happen. Either we come back down, okay, or we still come back down, but just in a corrective manner here for another long. But this is gonna have to correct for more upside, okay? So for now, I would highly suggest you switch up your strategy and look to actually I'm gonna explain what I'm gonna have to say here. Obviously, this could still grind back up, but I think we're about to top out. Ethereum, though, you should hold because if I'm wrong about BTC, Ethereum is gonna take off. And why? Because if you look at the ETH BTC pair, this is near the previous lows. Okay, this is not the right chart because you won't see exactly what I want to say. Let's try this one. Yeah, okay, so this one is the right one. So on Bitrex, there's a lot more time. So you can see that that ETH is spiking aggressively from the low from lows from November. Okay, and when that happens, what does it mean? It means that it can have these wild spikes. It can have these wild spikes. Another wild spike here. Okay, all right. I don't know where, but it's gonna have a wild spike, and I think it at least will break this top. Okay, at the very least. Okay, at the very least you break this top. So that means that you want to hold ETH and you want to short BTC. Okay. Okay. So obviously Ethereum, Bitcoin going up, meaning that Ethereum might go up faster than BTC. So BTC might still go up. Okay. I'm not saying that BTC will fall and therefore you should short. You should short BTC as a way of hedging your Ethereum. And this move up is indicative of what? It means that the alts market is going to be faster than BTC. Okay. And I know this is probably controversial for a lot of you guys because this has been like what? Okay, sorry. This has been like what? Uh, this has been like a year and a half that the alts market was dead. Okay, the alts market was dead, and now it's looking to go back up because Ethereum and Litecoin and XRP are actually breaking out compared to Bitcoin. All right. So as you know, I bought some XRP at in the low 50s, and it's grinding back up. Obviously, you want to buy, and as soon as you get a spike, move to break even. Okay, and try to hodl. because now this is really ready to take off. Okay, this is ready for another spike. So you definitely want to hold that one for now. At least get like 300% on a 10x leverage play. Is it gonna totally take off? I hope so. So we make a lot of money, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So yeah, that's why I'm saying to hold your BTC Litecoin as well. See 12% while BTC is still at 2%. So obviously you wanna use BTC as a way of hedging your Ethereum here or your Litecoin. All right, so I'm still in the ETH long. I think I'm up 1,100%, and this is gonna still keep on grinding because we bought around here back in January, right? At 110. Okay, I think it was, yeah, it was right here. So I took this long and I never closed it because even though we get this drop, this is down so much that that you like, man, I don't know how to say this, but I was about to say you're a fool not to buy at 100, but obviously like it's just this market is crazy. So yeah, I can't fault people for not understanding why buying here is good. Okay. Um, anyway, so yeah, so if you bought here, just hold because this is very likely to spike like this thing did. Okay. So something like that. I'm not saying it's going to be a one-to-one. I'm just looking for 400, and then I'm going to be out for a very, very large gain. So that's it for the crypto market. I had to cover that because it is a market that is about to boom. And yeah, there's money flowing into the crypto world. So this is for that. But let's go back. Let's do quickly oil. Oil, I think, is going to be in a huge sideways. So obviously we got the spike from the bottom, and now we got a spike down. So when we get that, this was a very slow move to the upside, and when that happens, very very likely you get a three wave before the next upside. So obviously we're looking at that. We're looking at the smaller time frame patterns, and it indicates that you could get a move all the way back up here, at least at least to break this high. Okay, as soon as it breaks this high, it can go back down, but I'm expecting it to grind higher actually. But at the very least, you need a break of this. You're gonna get a break of this, I think. Okay. UK oil, same thing. Gold. Gold is interesting because I think I was looking at this as like that, but the more I look at it, I was saying that this is good and this is gonna take off. But the more I look at it, the more I'm like, maybe not, because I don't know. I think they might just want to spike it up here, and at this level, we're gonna have to see what happens. If we get a very large rejection back down to 1300 and break 1300, then we're gonna take the short for sure. We get this, we're taking this short for sure. For now, this is what I'm looking at. Okay, I'm looking at more sideways before the next up move. All right, for sure there's gonna be an up move, but for now, no. This is the things that we had for a long time ago. I think gold is going to be is still in a very huge sideways, just like the dollar that I showed you. So look for buys and sells within here, and be very patient with metals. Boring. Silver is boring. Palladium. Palladium, same thing. I think we get this spike all the way back up here, and then if it rejects here, then we're looking for a short like this one actually, right here, right? Shoot, and then we'll catch it back up. So that's it for that. Natural gas, nothing interesting here. We'll just wait for seasonality, wait for September, wait for October to buy natural gas. It's a very seasonal component. I was looking for a long right here. It wasn't good, and even if you took the long here, you probably got out here for a loss around here. It's fine. Okay, so the soybeans, the grains. So the grains are looking very, very good right now. I think it's time to load up on soybeans and wheat. We're looking for major upside on them. Like you see here, I think this price shock is looking to end, and we're looking at this as potential to take off a very long correction. All right, a very long correction. So yeah, I just think that this is a point where you want to look for grains, because this might be a very good place to buy just a little bit to diversify your portfolio. Okay, you can see wheat is pretty clear. This is just a very long drawn out sideways, and now we get a spike, we get a three wave, and now this is honestly, I don't see how this doesn't take off. To be honest, I don't see how this doesn't take off. This is why I'm all like a lot of my positions are in wheat right now, because this is clear. This is clear cut. Okay. Sugar as well. Sugar has a huge three wave all the way back up. Uh, so yeah, this is a very good. I think right now you can use your grains to hedge out the risk in your portfolio. Okay. All right, guys, let's go to the market. So okay. All right. So the market has obviously it's been going up, and now we break the high. So as soon as we broke the high, what happens? What is likely to happen? We break the high, sideways correction, either a correction for more upside or total tank. Okay. All right. So this is nothing new. You've seen me say that a lot of times before. Okay. Before we were looking at this as a potential pattern, but I think this is just nah. I don't think this is right anymore. I don't think this is just the pattern for upside. I think there's a much bigger pattern inside, because this is just too weak in here, and this is too shallow compared to this one. Okay, so I think there's a much bigger move down coming, not in the near future, but in the future for sure. So how do I see this playing out? I see that, I think that based on what I showed on the yen and the way this is moving, this is really looking like it's gonna try to do a lot of sideways in here. Okay, so we might even get some more stuff like that. Okay, before we get the next upside. Okay, so we're in for a very big correction in the summer. I think it's gonna take at least a month for this to correct, and it's very likely because again, as soon as we break the high, the chances of us getting a three wave on the bigger time frame is very likely. Okay, so look out for that one. Also, because the yen was weak, like I said, we were looking for longs. Now the big thing though, however, is, and this is what I wanted to explain to a lot of you guys, because you know, like, here's the thing. You get this, yen is weak, okay? You have to exit some of your shorts right there. Like right now is where you shouldn't be greedy, okay? Because you recognize that there's some other components that you use in your forecast that are turning or about to turn. So as soon as you break the low here, you have to shave off some of the shorts, okay? Because this is just proper risk management, right? The yen is about to go down. You know, you get a three wave here. This is very likely to do this before potentially another short, right? This this is not hindsight analysis. I actually showed that to you guys. All right. The big thing, however, is that this is not a very shallow pullback. Okay, this is not just this and then it takes off. No, this is a deep one. A deep one. Okay, and what does it mean when it's a deep one? What does it mean? It means that in terms of the time scale, this correction is going to take more time. Okay, so this is one leg, this is another leg. Okay, and then we're likely to come back down to 230, like the arrows that I pointed out. It's just going to take more time. So instead of just taking like 1 or 2 days before the next takeoff, it's going to take a week. Okay, and this is the only thing that I wanted to explain right now in this thing. It's just that it's gonna take more time. Obviously, you can draw your trend line, but guys, I think we're back into BTFD. So as soon as you get a move down, look to buy. Look for calls. Look for longs. I don't think you should be afraid. And if you see a good setup right now on the long side, take it because we're going back up. But this is just to say that um, this is we're still in part of the correction. As soon as we hit 2865, I think we're gonna go back down for one more before we totally take off. I think next week, if the Fed chairman speaks, this is gonna totally take off. Okay, because again, we have the narrative where Trump is the bad guy and Jerome Powell is the good guy. All right, so as soon as Jerome opens his mouth, this is gonna take off. And we're gonna come all the way back up here, and then we're gonna come all the way back down for another one before we take off. All right. So this is the market in a nutshell. And yeah, as soon as we come here on the bigger time frame, it's very likely that we come back down for one more big huge spike down before we take off again. But this is in a very this is gonna be not tomorrow. This is gonna take like a year or two. Okay. So this is how I see things playing out. Okay, let's go to um through all these the tech stocks. So again, I showed Amazon, but I guess some other guys want me to do it again. So Amazon on the 4 hour, what do I see? I see this doing a 1 2 3. Okay, just and if you don't understand this, this is just what I just showed on the S&P. Okay, so this is the same thing, right? So we get a one, we go up, we go down, we go up, break the high, then we come all the way back down before we take off. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting on Amazon, and the bigger time frame is confirming that. Okay, so we just have a very big three wave. This is a very like this is just two two this move up had a lot of divergence, and as soon as this happens on the bigger time frame, this is likely to correct for a three wave here before we totally take off for the next super cycle like they call it. But whatever, we it's just like chaos theory. Chaos theory is the crux of trading, and it says that for a system to go back up or to continue in the trend, you have to have a correction in the form of threes, fives, um, yeah, Fibonacci numbers. Okay, so yeah, guys, this is how complex systems work. Okay, spike correction. Correction is never a one. Okay, it's never a one. All right, it's always in the form of threes. All right, spike 1 2 3 spike, spike 1 2 3 spike. Okay, very likely to get another up move here, down move, and then another spike. Okay, so look out for that one. Google. So Google, I called this one um, yesterday, um, and if you're in that one, very good. I think this is gonna consolidate here, go for one more, then uh, we can start just doing some stuff like that. But obviously, we're gonna have to come back down. We're gonna have to come back down for one more, and this is just gonna be in a very massive sideways for a long time. I think we even can can retest this low, but I think we start a correction here for the long term. Uh, yeah, we start a correction in here. I don't think we're totally taking off though, but we might go and retest the high here, but we're still gonna have to come down. Okay, we can go here. We're still gonna have to come down. All right, and then this could continue up. All right. So this is how I see Google playing out, according to my other forecast on the S&P and on um, On Amazon. Same thing on Apple, honestly. Like, it's pretty basic, this one. You get a very sharp move up at the top of a range. You get a first move down, up, down. Then this is very likely to just chill here. Down, goes back up, and then continue down again. And why do I say that it's likely to break the high? It's because if you look at all these tech stocks, they always break the high and then come back down. It's not likely that they just come here, don't break the high, and then come down. They always want to break the high, okay? Because I don't know, you might say that this is manipulation or whatever, but it's it's just what I see on tech stocks. They normally want to break the high before they start pulling down. Obviously, Apple can have both, like the one that I posted in here. That's a 3-wave on a 1 hour for the last leg up. Come on. So it didn't break the high here, but generally speaking, they like to break the high. Okay. Like if you see a lot of cloud stocks, they do. Apple really well. It doesn't really like to do it, but I'm always assuming that it does. Okay. MSFT. So MSFT is the only special one because that's a very nice 3-wave. And honestly, for MSFT, just keep it simple. Just buy the pullback. It's a very there's nothing to say about MSFT. Like just draw a trend line, and then buy when it's close to the trend line. Okay, so right now it's a very good buy. Okay, it's just a very good buy. There's nothing else to say here. Netflix is another one that's special. So I think this one has made a lot of sideways in here, like we said in the previous webinar. So my previous webinar has been like what, a month or two before, because I was in the exams and all that stuff, so I couldn't really give you an update. But just watch my previous webinar. I said Netflix is just gonna go sideways. Okay, so that's basically what it did. All right, and now this sideways is looking over. And did we get this sharp move in here? No. Did we get it here? No. Did we get it in here? No. Okay, these actually, you got a pattern right here, but it doesn't matter. This is a pattern within this is a correction within the correction. Okay, but you guys don't have to crack your head with it. It's just because we need this sharp wave down somewhere in here before we can totally go back up, and this is it. So here, buy Netflix. Okay, there's two scenarios on Netflix. We come here and then we come back down for one more before we totally take off, or it can totally take off. This is ready. This correction has gone long enough for it to be like, what, this is, yeah, 4 months. No, yeah, 4 months. So 4 months is enough for this to totally take off. We got sharp wave down, and yeah, we're ready to get another one of these soon here. Okay, so this could totally take off. Look for long-term call spreads. I'm gonna post some ideas for sure. I'm just waiting for my option god to give me some good skewed, the good contracts, those that are uh, skewed to the upside, to short. Well, actually, which contract to long and which contract to short, with with 3 months out. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm expecting. And yeah, again, same thing for Netflix. Honestly, guys, we we come back up here, and then we can grind all the way back down before we take off. Okay, but for sure now it's upside, just upside. All right. Okay, so that one is pretty easy. We go back up here, we break the high, and then we come back down for the takeoff. We did Apple. Nvidia is special because this one has ER tomorrow. Yeah, I misplayed this wave. I didn't think it would be that sharp, so that was my bad. But yeah, sometimes you just don't see it, And when I don't see something, I say, oh guys, I just didn't see it, right? Like, I'm not gonna find excuses and say, oh well, this just happened. No, I'm just gonna say, hey guys, like I messed a lot, like I didn't see it, right? You can't, sometimes you can't forecast. Okay, that's why sometimes I try to restrain my judgment, because I know I can't give a forecast on this because I don't see the pattern. And if I don't see the pattern, what's the point? Okay, it's only when you see something that you should give a forecast. It's not forecasting every day. All right, yes, I do give my thoughts and opinions when I'm very, like, when I see something that's about to happen, I give my thoughts and opinions. But when I don't, I just say, yo, I don't see anything, to be honest. Okay. All right. So yeah, Nvidia, if we grind back up here, Nvidia, even though the market shot up today a lot, Nvidia just went back up here. It's nothing. Okay. My thoughts is, if we come all the way back down here, all the way back up here to 162, 163 before the ER, this is gonna dump. Now, um, I think the I think the expected move is $12. It usually is $12 for Nvidia this range, or maybe it can be even less, because right now Nvidia is cut in half from the all-time high. But yeah, if it's 12, then this goes perfectly, and this is probably going to be a fallen angel, because I don't expect Nvidia to just die. I expect Nvidia to just go here and then rip back up. On the higher time frame, I see this happening. Okay, so we get a spike, we get a 1 2 3, then we can spike back up. If you didn't get this doesn't matter too much. As soon as we catch this wave up, and as soon as we come back down, okay, it's not necessarily going to be this pattern. It can also come all the way back up here, break the high, come here, don't break the low, and then it can totally take off. But at the very least, you're going to get a three wave for sure. All right, based on everything that we've said, compared to Apple, Amazon, yen, and the S&P. Okay, so this is comp analysis. So I'm looking for that on Nvidia. All right. Facebook, same thing. It's exactly the same thing as all the other charts you've been seeing me do for now. Facebook up, break the high, come back down, and then take off. Okay, in 20 something. Okay. All right, so that's easy. What should we look at right now? Let's see, AMD upside for sure. Nice sideways. It's just yeah, we need the Momo right now, but this is good enough, right? We retest the trend line. We're close to the trend line, so as soon as it's close to the trend line, you guys know that there's enough time factor. There's enough time factor. Time is on the x-axis, price is on the y. Okay, so this is the y, this is the delta t. Okay, so as soon as it retests the trend line, bang, this is ready to take off. It's not that it's gonna take off, it's that you, how can I put this? It's a bit weird what I'm about to say if you don't have studied sciences, but it's better, like, obviously, you know, obviously it's better to wait for something to build before you take it, right? So your risk here was, oh, maybe AMD takes off and I'm not in the trade. Well, yes, but you also said, okay, well, I'm gonna take the risk of not being in the trade, but I'm gonna let AMD pull back. And as soon as it's gonna pull back, and I see that it has pulled back for at least some time, okay, and for us, we look for a retest of the trend line here, then I can take the trade, okay? Because now because now you have more. What do you have? You have more information. And what is that information? It's this. This is not a pattern for downside. This is a pattern for upside. Okay? I'm not saying this is going to totally take off, but if there is a time to buy AMD inside of this, it's right now. Okay? It's right now. All right? So wait for the Nvidia ER to go out, and then this is gonna be a good long. Okay, well, yeah, never mind. SMH, let's look at this one. SMH, same thing. Uh, it's just gonna be in a very big sideways again. So upside, downside, upside. Okay, very easy, simple. NXPI, okay, still gonna break the high on the monthly. There's no question about that. This is gonna totally take off, but it's likely to correct. But this is gonna totally take off, so look out for that one. SWKS, also a good one. Likely to go back up, down one more, and then buy. As soon as you see a three wave complete here, just buy, because this is gonna totally take off. Okay, totally take off. And by the way, this is not a buy and sell recommendation video. I'm not a CFA, and I don't recommend you take any of my trades. Ha ha ha. So yeah, guys, this is pretty much it. Let's do XRT. XRT went back down, broke the low. As soon as it breaks the low, is it time to buy? Yes. Okay, so you can definitely see that we saw this wave down, pulled back all the way to the 50% fib. Doesn't have to go to the 61.8. All you need to get for a requirement is a break of this low. Okay, as soon as it breaks the low, it's a buy. Okay, is it a buy here? No. Is it a buy here? No. You're waiting for the break of the low, then it's a good R2R buy. Okay, which stops near the low. Okay, so that's it. Very simple. Do I see anything on Baba? Let's try to see. No. Baba, same thing as all the other guys. Look for sideways before the next long. It's probably gonna be in a massive sideways. So if we're seeing a lot of stuff for sideways, look for iron condors, guys. Like, just look for strategies that take advantage of a sideways action. Okay. Baidu, just wait for a retest of the 140. It's not gonna be ready. I think it's looking to go to 140, and as soon as it hits here, we're looking for this. Okay. But yeah, actually wait, 130, 140 should be good. But I shorted this around here, but after this I'm not looking at it because it's too messy. It's not good. It's too messy. Yeah, it's just, yeah, it doesn't move fast enough, and it's too messy for me to trade, so I'm not in it. But yeah, it has ER soon. I hope it dies, and then we buy it back for cheap. Okay. IQ ready to go back up. So yeah, this is a spike, flag, spike. Okay. Huya, also a three wave. You break the low, you buy. Still a good buy here. We went back up, we went back down. If you took a loss on this, it's fine, but you know, it's still a good buy here. Okay, don't get me wrong. The pattern just extended. It's still gonna go back up. It's still gonna go back up. Neo is interesting, but I wouldn't really trade Neo right now because there's a better automaker that I'm gonna talk about. I think Lyft is a better auto play. So JD, we were looking for this as a flag. It obviously, you know, it went back up. Then we had some news and it went back down. So this was a fail. So for now we're just looking for more sideways. Honestly, like, we're just gonna go sideways for more, and then we're gonna look for the next opportunity to the upside. Bizun is probably the best because you can definitely see the patterns. We get a spike back down. This is what I was meaning. You break the high here, you come back down, but this is gonna take off. Okay, so this is what I meant when you break the high of the correction. You get a spike, 1, 2, 3, spike. Okay, so this is what I meant. Bizun is probably the best. PDD as well. PDD is very good as a play. So look out for the long. Billy as well. Billy is interesting. I don't think this is gonna have a spike like this here. Probably gonna grind, but it's gonna be a slow grinder. So take Bizun instead, or PDD. YY, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what this is doing. It's nothing interesting. And you can see here, even my lines have a mistake. So I was explaining that to Justin. Like you like on Nvidia, you can't see a pattern that starts right there. Okay, and even you can see on YY, I made the mistake, or maybe that was Eric. I don't know. But anyway, like this, you can't put a line right there because this this is not part of any correction. Okay, this is not part of any correction. It's part of this spike down. Okay, you can't say that this is your wave up and this is your correction down because look, we break the low here. Okay, so if we broke the low, this is obviously part of the spike, dude. So you just can't see like any pattern right there. Okay, you can't see anything here. This is part of the spike and this is just starting something. It's starting something. Okay, I don't know what it is, but it's starting something. I can't see it right now, but it's starting something. Okay, that's all you need to know. We get the first spike, and you look for a three wave, and then you take the next spike. All right. Okay, so that's it. For Chinese stocks, XRT we covered, PLCE, which because it's the most important component of XRT. This is looking to go sideways for the next upside. If I see a good trade on this one, I'm definitely gonna alert it because, man, if XRT just goes crazy in 2000 and in 2019 or 2020, this is gonna totally take off. An update on Guess. I think Guess is also very good. They had share buyback news plan where they cut their dividends, as you can see, to start buying shares, their own shares. So this is looking for very good upside. ANF as well. So ANF again is a long. Lulu as well is a long. There's nothing else to add here. It's just you pull back and then you buy these very good companies. Okay. Um, yeah, I think we're done with that. I think the other stocks are pretty boring. Let's just do Nike because that one is also important. Yeah, so it came back down here. Honestly, I think we might grind back up, come back down again, like I said, on the other charts, and then look for the next upside. More sideways on Nike. I don't think there's a pattern right there. I wouldn't say this is a pattern quite yet. Okay, I don't know how this is fitting inside of here, but I wouldn't call this a pattern. I think more sideways is due. All right. Okay, so that's it for that. Let's look at banks. Banks as well. Looking for a relief rally. Um, yeah, I mean it's the same thing as the other charts. We're gonna go back up, go back down, and then look at this spike. Okay, there's just nothing to add. It's very simple. Okay, GS is in some sort of big sideways here, and as soon as we get the up down, we're gonna take off. PayPal, very good one. We got the sideways, and then it's looking for the next upside. Yeah, so that's it for these companies. Yeah, I think that's it for now. Let me look. Okay, yeah, Cat, very interesting. I think it's gonna go sideways here. Look for the downside, and then it's gonna totally take off. There's a lot of construction going outside, and I think this is a very good play. Uh, John Deere is honestly the most interesting stock for me because just go back to my webinars. This was kind of hard because yeah, this is what I'm expecting on Nike, by the way. But yeah, this was kind of hard because yeah, this is not a pattern for downside, okay? But we were expecting this to come down like this, okay, to complete this. Now we got that, right? So what does this mean? This means that this is ready to really take off, okay? And this was really similar to the Nike pattern that I posted. All right, like the comparisons between John Deere and Nike are very striking. Okay, like you see this, you see like how um it curves back down, and then it has this spike, three wave, and it totally takes off. This is the same thing as John Deere. And if crops are very strong, well, I mean, if grains are really strong, then John Deere is just gonna go beast mode. Okay, so this is something you really want to watch for. All right, this is something that you need to pay attention to in the coming days. Okay, so also T is very interesting. So T, I think this is over, and this is gonna take off. So I think I think I took some 35Cs for 3 months out. Yeah, so that's what I have, and yeah, I think this is gonna take off on the monthly. This is gonna take off. Okay, like it has potential to go back to 50. All right. Yeah. So because obviously you get a spike and then you get a correction and then you take off. Okay. So look for that one. Very nice correction here. Spike sideways and it takes off. BA. So BA is also interesting. I'm not sure how this is gonna play out, but okay, you can go back to my previous webinar. I said that we get a spike here, then we get a one back down. Doesn't matter. It's very likely to come to 400. I literally said these words. So we get the three wave, and then what happens? What happens after that? We get a sideways dump. Okay. So obviously this is just accumulation by uh, the major institutions. Okay. This is just they're just accumulating the shares of BA at lower and lower prices before the next takeoff. Okay, so here we're definitely gonna get one more up move. We're gonna get the another down move. Okay, to retest that 330 level that I'm looking at, and then it's gonna have enough power to just go back up on the higher time frame. Okay, so that's it for BA. I think shareholders should not panic, but just understand that with the current state of the volatility, it just favors options more than stockholders that are long and you know with these big companies because they're just likely to go sideways in a very volatile manner. Okay, so yeah, guys, uh, that's it. Obviously, I should be looking at LMT, but I'll do this video like kind of short, so I'm not gonna do that. So I just covered all the big things. Also, let me look. So my friend called Lyft here. I couldn't get filled, but very good trade. Uber is also going back up, so that's why I'm not really too keen on going along with Neo because these are just more potent right now. And also I'm not looking really much at Tesla anymore because I'd rather go with Lyft or Uber. Okay. BKNG is interesting too. I think there's no trade to be had here. Um, we're gonna have to wait. But yeah. So yeah, guys. Oh, Shopify. Yeah, Shopify happened. Oh, also Roku. So Roku. Just an update on the previous webinar. So we got the three wave, and then it totally exploded on the ER. So there's nothing much to add here. And for this one, you want to keep on buying. Okay, similar to Disney and or QCOM after the news. So after the news, you get a very nice sideways here, and then this can totally take off. So every day you need to buy this because this has potential to just rip, and you're not gonna be in. Okay. So yeah, let's do QCOM. I still think this has potential, but it's stalling out at the top. Look for an up move right there, down move, and then the next up move. Okay, so just sideways across the board, guys. Nothing much to add. Disney, same thing. Upside, down, and then the next up move. Okay. But this sideways is not gonna take as much time as this. Okay, I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that Disney is not gonna take as much time to complete this like it did here. Okay, so just uh, you know, some nice sideways. It's still a good buy here if you want to buy it for the move back to like 138, 140. It's really good. But yeah, um, yeah, there's really onus to getting this. Also, very important update for Travis's friend. I don't know your name, but just go back to the webinar that I did. You were you bought you probably took hum around here. Then I told you be careful because XLV looked really weak when I saw that, right? It actually tanked, retested the weekly support. Well, not this. Never mind support. I'm not saying support anymore. So yeah, retested a trend line, and like I said, I want this to tank. I want this to bounce near the trend line, which it did. Okay, so we got the bounce that we wanted. Okay, we got the bounce that we wanted, and then we got the sideways within. We got a sideways after that. So listen, you might think this is a great company. Okay, you might think this is really good. But the problem is that it just wasn't ready. Okay, but as soon as we get this, I'm like, okay, am I buying here? No, because I'm not sure this is the low. I waited for this to spike all the way back up, and then again, I use the power of information on my side. Okay, I'm like, okay, wait for me to get a sideways before I buy. We got the sideways, and now this is a buy. This is where you should be in because then you have, okay, this is a pattern for upside. I have good R2R on my side, and therefore this is a good long. All right, this is how traders do things. This is good R2R. So now hum is a good idea. And now you may be like, okay, well, is UNH also good? Yes, UNH is also looking upside. Merc. Wait, this is not Merc. Because I'm in cryptocurrencies. Okay, Merc also sideways. Flagging for upside. Alright. J&J. Looking for upside on the bigger time frame, but on the lower time frame might go up sideways. Okay, so at least right now it's looking to go back up. Okay, because this is just a completed pattern for upside, but it might stall here a little bit, a little more before the upside, but this doesn't matter too much. PFE, same thing as Merc, I think. Yeah, PFE already started to go back up. So now hum is interesting. All right. So now you should be looking to buy hum. Okay. And very important to note, also, while the market was going down, what did UNH do when the market was going down? It did this. It did this. Okay, so while the market was going down, what did UNH do? It pulled back. It pulled back, ready for more upside. So this is a very good sign that there's divergence within the healthcare sector. It's looking to go back up. Okay, so there you go. So therefore, hum is looking really good. Okay, another one, pawn W. Now I think a lot of people got confused. I think this is a good long because we got the three wave that we wanted, okay, and this is the basic requirements. But I know one of my guys just bought like straight up calls for this week. I'm like, why? This could totally like I literally said this could go deeper. Okay, this could go deeper. You don't know how low this is gonna go. But right now I'm waiting for this to spike back up and then to give me a correction, very similar to hum. Very similar to hum. I'm waiting for now I'm waiting for this spike on pawn W and then the correction before I take the next upside. Right? Definitely if you're a gambler, then taking straight up weeklies here is is something else. It's not on my league. But yeah, this is looking very much upside. because it's cybersecurity, and I really believe cybersecurity is just so huge in 20th century. So for this one, ALRM also completed the patterns that we highlighted in previous webinars. So there's really nothing else to say. Like here, we got the sideways, we broke the high, and then we come back down in a full spike. Obviously, it's not here, and it doesn't have to be here. All right, but you can definitely see that it happened here, and now we're looking to take off. All right, so this is what it does. Um, this is just what it always does. Very big spike, and then it's going back up. So that's it. Also, Comcast looking interesting. Comcast and Ford looking at these patterns. And Ford, you already know that I'm a very big Ford advocate. I think this is gonna take off. So that's it, guys. So we covered all the base, the most important stocks, and I answered your question. Also, is Yeti ready? I don't think it is, but we'll definitely keep an eye on this one, because if it starts to break back up, okay, actually I'm gonna put a an alert right here. If it breaks the high and starts to create higher highs, then for sure I'm getting this on a pullback. But I need to see some strength, because this could totally just continue on doing this and be boring before the next upside. So I'm not looking to take any positions here. We want to take stuff that is ready, and this is not ready. Okay. Okay, so yeah, very very nice start to the summer, honestly, because the S&P has been pretty much playing to a T. Okay, like there's nothing much to add. Okay, like I post my analysis and it just happens. All right, and I'm not bragging, but I'm happy that people take plays, and we can share our analysis, and we can make profit together. Okay, and if there's any questions, you can feel free to DM me on my YouTube, you know, on my on Discord. I'm always there for you guys, and especially in the summer, I'm there. You know, I have more time, so just feel free. I'm reading books on options and on the futures market, and yeah. So yeah, guys, take care, and we'll see each other in the trading room. Peace.